I have a problem. Maybe you have the same problem. My issue is that cameras, they keep making bigger and bigger video files, and I just can't keep storing all of that. And then to compound that problem, I need to collaborate with that massive amount of footage up over the cloud. Now, thankfully, DaVinci Resolve has a unique superpower that's going to allow us to make smaller copies of the original raw footage and keep it as raw with only the frames used in the timeline. This process involves relinking, preserving hierarchy, and using the project name. And LucidLink, it has a powerful cloud file server, so we're only going to share one single copy of the files. This is playing 6K B-raw footage from the cloud. It's reaching up to the internet and it's serving up the frames that I need when I need them. LucidLink has been kind enough to sponsor this tutorial, so make sure you stick around until the end as I guide Tyler Edwards for his very first time using DaVinci Resolve Cloud Collaboration. Welcome, Tyler Edwards. It's so good for you to be here. Where are you located?
I'm in Charleston, South Carolina.
All right, awesome. I'm in New York. So the first thing I need to do is share out my LucidLink file space so you have a place to actually media manage your files to. And it's honestly, it's as simple as just saying, I want to invite a specific email address to this file space. Generate invite, just click that button. And then you can just paste this in any sort of chat message or email.
All right, so just click the link and accept invite. And then I've got it here on the app as well. It's disconnected, so I just need to connect. All right, we are connected.
Awesome.
Excellent connection too. Look at that.
So now you have connection to the file space. If you go to your desktop, just take a look. You can actually, from within the Lucid file space, if you click on there, there's an option that says open file space. Within there, it should just look like a regular hard drive. Is that what you're seeing?
Yep.
And you know how a hard drive works. You've been using that for decades, right? So basically, now that you have that configured, we know where we're going to put our files. So the second step to this whole process is I need to get you in my Blackmagic Cloud project library. Do you, by chance, do you have a cloud account already set up, Tyler?
I do.
Perfect. So all I need to do is in DaVinci Resolve here myself, I'm going to hit the share button and that's going to open up my web browser. And then once you're in the project server, project libraries over here, on the far right, there's an information button and you have an option for sharing. You just go down to the bottom where it says share project library and you'll just paste the email of the person you want to share with right there. And we're in. That's as easy as it gets.
Oh, that's super cool.
So now anytime I make a project in here, we're actually working at the same project at the same time.
How do I get my project in there? Like I want my project in here. What do I do?
Yeah, so go back to where the project is in your local tab of the project libraries up there. So rather than there. And to do media management, the best way to maintain any organization you did in your project, just do a save as. And the reason why is because when we run media management, we're going to relink to the new shorter files. And so that way you still have, you can go backwards if you need to, right? So in this saved version, maybe just call it for media manage is what I typically do.
Okay. So we're in the new media manage saved project.
Great.
So now we're just going to media management here.
And this window's pretty cool. There's a lot to it, but what I just generally suggest, go to the timelines tab of it, and then we'll go to copy. Okay. And then if you choose browse, obviously the destination's kind of self-explanatory. You're going to point this to the projects folder on the LucidLink file space. So that's what I'm going to get immediate access to. The options you want to choose now down below, this is where the magic happens, where we actually make the smaller files. We're going to say copy, use media, and trim. Select just the timelines you want to media manage down as well.
So this is the same, I have the one timeline here, so that's why there's only one. But if there were, 4 or 5 different timelines, you'd see them all right here, right?
Yeah, you could easily manage like if you were working on a commercial and there was 3 spots, you would just choose all the timelines you want to media manage down, and it takes care of all that for you. But you see there's an estimated file size difference down there? That's
6.63 right now, gigabytes.
Down to what? What's the one on the right?
791.8 megabytes.
That's a big difference. So the idea here is this is a small example, a subset, but you can imagine if you had a terabyte of footage from a shoot, you could shrink this down to a manageable 40 or 50 gigs to send to someone. The section there that says use media and trim using handles, what the handles is basically it's the extra frames outside of your edit currently used so that you can make changes later on. Use project name subfolder. I think that's a good idea. It basically takes your project name and writes that folder name when it writes these files out. As well as there's 2 more checkboxes at the bottom that I like to use. One is the preserve hierarchy checkbox, and relink to new files. Do you have any questions about the preserve hierarchy folder levels?
No, so we need to figure out how many actual folder levels there are, right?
So the idea is if I left this at 0, Resolve is looking first at a thing called volumes and then the name of the volume that the footage is on. So if you open up your Finder, we can quickly count this out and we'll figure out how many levels deep the rabbit hole goes so that you maintain your original folder structure when you do the media management. Count number 1 would be volumes. Then what do we have?
Then we have T7 Shield.
Okay, so that's 2.
Then projects.
That's 3.
Then Resolve 20 Collab.
All right, and that's where we want it to go. So that's 4. So we're going to enter 4 in the folder levels number right there. And,
Okay.
and you've already hit your destination, so you just hit start right after that. I'm going to open up on my end, my Finder, and I'm going to see how quickly I'm getting access to this on my end here in New York.
And then we are relinking to the new files too, right?
Correct. So this process involves relinking, preserving hierarchy, and using the project name.
All right, going to click start.
LucidLink is remote collaborative storage that's built for us video editors, so you can work with anyone, anywhere, and use any software. The footage lives in the cloud, but it acts like a drive that you already know how to use. But even better than your local drive, LucidLink removes the single user problem to solve collaboration by sending out the frames to your timeline as needed by just moving the playhead along, and that comes from a single source of truth. That means there's one single copy. Not dozens of copies downloading that can get hung up for no apparent reason, or if you're waiting for that new editor that just joined your team and now needs to re-download everything. Oh, and there's no lost time trying to figure out if you have the correct version because we're all looking at the exact same file. The initial upload is accelerated to maximize your entire bandwidth, so it goes up fast. It requires zero IT setup knowledge and is highly secure. Sign up today for your free 30-day trial with my link down in the description.
Oh, that's sweet.
Excellent. All right, I'm seeing stuff populate right away. I've got a folder that was auto-generated called footage, which there was a footage folder on your end, right? On the original folder where the footage lived?
So this is the source footage. So this is 7.12 gigabytes, and that's from my external hard drive where I have the footage living on. And then it trimmed down to 829.8 megabytes. On my T7 Shield, I have all these folders. So I have audio files, breakdown, cuts, footage, yada, yada, yada. And on the LucidLink, when I did the media manage, it just copied over the footage folder and then a DRT file as well. So is it supposed to copy all those other folders?
Yeah, so here's the thing. Resolve will only make a folder for stuff that it's working on. So because there was no elements, there's no assets in those other folders that Resolve was doing media management, because we're just copying 6 files over, it's just showing those. If, for instance, in this project you already had music in it and it was in those audio file subfolders, it would have drawn those folders out for us as well.
Oh, okay, got it.
If you look at the top of the project library, there's a copy to button. Essentially what this button is going to allow you to do is copy from your local database to the cloud database.
So copy project to, oh, and then just click cloud.
Yeah, that's it. Now, when you go to paste a project, you're going to be confronted with a lot of options about proxies and stuff like that. Why don't we go quickly down through the options that you're seeing there?
All right, so first up, it's saying choose a location for your project media.
Anytime we're like adding new files, like maybe voiceover files, or if you're using Blackmagic Cloud storage instead of LucidLink, that's like a scratch location where it's going to put those. So my suggestion to that is place that at the location of the LucidLink file space under projects. And because this name is going to match the folder there, everything should just work.
Option 2 is synchronize storage with Blackmagic Cloud.
No, we don't want to do that. So currently Blackmagic Cloud storage is in beta, and so we're using LucidLink today.
And then the third option is allow remote camera access.
You know, maybe turn that off. It's a cool thing, but we're not going to use it for this.
Got all those options. I'm just going to hit paste. And so if I go over to cloud, oh, and there it is.
And you see it over there. So on my end, I don't see it initially. So what I just need to do is in the upper right, there's a little refresh button. So I will toggle to hit that right now. And there it is, Resolve 20 Collab Media Manage, MM. I want you to notice on your end, when I open this project, you'll probably get a lock switch on your side of it. Let me know. So I'm opening right now. I've done nothing as far as with LucidLink, as far as relinking the files. And let's see if they actually just show up. Sure enough, they're just right there. So there was nothing that had to be done with relinking. That's kind of amazing to me. But you see a lock switch on it now that I'm in it?
I do. I hit refresh, and I do see the lock now.
The thing with collaboration in DaVinci Resolve, there's sort of this rule of that first in wins. That goes with timelines when you have collaboration on, or right now, I was the first into the project with collaboration off. So what I'm gonna do is just turn collaboration on by going to the File menu, all the way down here where it says multiple user collaboration. I check that. It does a save and it kind of like relaunches Resolve. So my timeline went away just briefly. But now I'm in here and you can see again under File, it says multi-user collaboration. And in fact, on your side, if you see it in the project manager, it should have a little person icon in the upper right.
Let me refresh it real quick.
Oh yeah, give it a refresh.
Yep.
So now we can both click into the same project at the same time.
It's saying cannot enable collaboration. Oh, I need to disable dynamic project switching.
Great, I'm glad that happened. So that is one of the caveats, is you can't have dynamic project switching turned on with collaboration. So as soon as you turn that off, you should be able to open and get in. This is what happens when you do it live. You see all the mistakes. Down in the lower right of the project, there's a little person or people icon down there. If I click that, I can see who's in the project. It says Tyler Edwards is in here with me. But there's also right next to that a little chat bubble. So I can chat right over to him and I can say, hey, I need better edits now with exclamation point. And he should see that over there in South Carolina. Obviously, you probably know how a chat messaging system works. You could use this, you could not use it, but it's kind of cool that it's built into here. One of the most important things that I've discovered after using Resolve Collaboration the last 3 or 4 years on a regular basis is that it's a good idea for timelines to have an area where you kind of split this off per editor or per creative so that you can always say, that's my bin that I'm going to. Because I'm in the cuts bin right now, I have ownership over everything that would be created inside this bin. Like Tyler cannot create anything or rename anything inside the cuts bin because I got there first. What I would suggest doing is let's break off, and inside the cuts bin, I'll make a Tyler bin and a Chadwick bin. On your end, you might see a refresh. Basically, all you have to do to refresh with collaboration is just click, and you should see an update on your end right away. Is that what you're seeing?
Yep.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is he's got the original edit that he worked on called CVT Collab. I'm going to move that in my bin. And so I've just tucked that away. And the best way to collaborate when you have multiple timelines working is just to do duplicates. So like, let's say Tyler needed access to this CVT Collab and I was away. This could commonly happen. What I would do, Tyler, is you could actually just take that timeline, copy it, and then paste it into your bin to make a duplicate of it. So I can
And then I'm in that one.
Yeah, so I see a refresh of it on your icon over there. The big difference between the two types of collaboration that are built into Resolve is one is timeline-based and one is clip-based. And where that matters is it depends on what page you're on. Is the page all about a timeline, which would be the edit page, the cut page, and the Fairlight page? Or is it individual shot-by-shot based that you would work on something like the color page or the fusion page? If I double-click this timeline that Tyler has read-write permission to because he got to it first, right now, I have a gray playhead over the timeline. Tyler has an orange one, right?
Yes.
You have an orange one there. The other thing that you'll notice is I've lost control over all these tools right above here. So what that means is, Tyler, you can make changes to your timeline there. Go ahead and you can certainly make some changes to it. Maybe move a clip or trim something around. I can't do any of that. I can click on a clip, but I can't change any of it. But what I can do is work shot by shot to make changes to it. So maybe on this first clip that's right here, I want to make it black and white or something on a shot by shot basis. So I'll go to the color page, and he's already got some effects and grades on this. I'm going to go right before his output LUT, add a new one here, and we'll just change this to make this black and white by going to the RGB mixer and say monochrome. And you should see an update sort of change to the first shot I just made black and white.
Yep, I just got to refresh a button right up at the top of the playhead. on the screen. And yeah, that just changed it to black and white.
Yeah, so you can see that's an easy way for if someone wants to work on a shot-by-shot basis while someone else is working in that same timeline, you can certainly do that. I don't know any other software that allows you to do something quite like that.
That only made changes to my timeline. So if I went over to your timeline, it would still be the same.
Correct. So when you split out timelines, every clip that's on a timeline is a separate instance of it.
Got it.
Like if I needed to come to this title here where it says hello, I just need to be the first to it. So it has an orange playhead, select the title, and I can say whatever I want. I'm in New York. You should be able to go back to the Chadwick timeline and you'll see the change.
Yep.
Basically instantly. The only difference is when you click on the timeline now, because I have it open first, you're gray, right? And I'm orange.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. So there's no way you're going to mess each other up by hitting the same timeline at the same time.
But I could throw like an effect.
Yeah, you certainly could on the colored page or the Fusion page.
So like on the first clip, I threw a Gaussian blur.
So almost instantly, I see the orange refresh button ready to go. And the reason it's done this is because if I'm showing this to a client, I don't want to be interrupted with the change that Tyler did without me knowing about it. So all I need to do to accept this change is just click this icon, this refresh button up here. And there we go. I see the blur that he had placed on the clip. Now, if I play through the timeline, this is one thing that's kind of amazing to me. This is playing 6K B-raw footage from the cloud. It's not actually playing from my local hard drive. It's reaching up to the internet and it's serving up the frames that I need when I need them. So, and the beauty of this is there's no relinking. So you saw when I opened this and Tyler opened the project, we didn't really link to any files. Let's say we're not allowed to say It's a Wonderful Life on this last shot that's in the timeline. I'm going to go into my timeline real quick, go to the Fusion page, and blur that out. It's as easy as that. So once this 6K B-raw clip, you can see I'm working at that native full resolution. I'm going to close my clips up. We'll do a little quick blur on this thing.
What happens if I go into your timeline right now?
Well, because I should have released it by going to the Fusion page, you should have access to my timeline. Let me know if that's the case.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm working in Fusion at the same time while you're maybe playing back the same timeline. I'm going to put a blur on It's a Wonderful Life. How can I do that? Well, shift space. The cooler blur for like, that Secret Service or witness protection program is the mosaic blur. So it blocks that all up. Take the polygon into the mosaic blur, and I've just blurred off the sign. I'll go back.
I just got the icon to refresh it because I'm in your timeline right now.
Yeah, go ahead and give it a click and see what happened.
Yep. And then there's the blur.
Another thing that's great is I can add assets here in New York, and then you'll have access to those in the project right away. So for instance, this piece probably needs some music. All I need to do is make sure my music is first in my Lucid Filespace, then I bring it into the project, then I just edit just like it's on a regular hard drive. Drag this into the project. I want to put this music down on my timeline. I'll bring it down so I don't blow out everyone's volume. Tyler, you probably need to refresh, but if you refresh and click into my bin, you should get read-only access to my timeline that has that music. Are you seeing that?
Yep, I see it.
Yep. No relinking on your end, none of that, right?
No.
It just appeared because we're sharing that same single Lucid file space.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Let's say we misspelled something on a title and someone goes away for the night. They've signed off. They've gone to bed. It's midnight. But a producer calls at 1 o'clock and they said, we need to fix the spelling on this thing. It was misspelled. Even though I own the project library, I own the LucidLink file space. On your end, let's say you stayed up late, Tyler. You can go into my timeline, right, and change the title, right?
Yep.
Maybe change it. So you're in SC or something. When someone's available, they can work on this. You could imagine if someone's overseas and they work at a different time zone, they could get started at a different time than you. You can export directly to our job folder, and I see it as if I was exporting it myself. You want to give that a try? Maybe just trim the music off and do a quick export. Use the post bin. So if you go back out to the root level, so one of the nice things about having a single source for a folder structure is you can kind of mandate your specific folder structure for your organization. So if you always render to a specific bin, there's no question of which version was the final one. You can just go in there and search by date and you'll see the latest version. And there's only one copy. All right, I'm starting to see a file being generated over here on my end. Got a little button. Oh, I see a file. It's 16 megabytes. But I'm playing it. It's got audio. It's got the title change that we had done. And it's got the blur that we had placed on that ending logo.
What happens if my computer crashes before I hit save?
You don't have to worry about it. So every single time you make a change in a Blackmagic Cloud library, it's syncing those changes. So if it goes down, the project file is going to save up to the moment when the thing crashed. So nothing gets lost ever.
Oh, that's sweet.
And they even added, not too long ago, they added this ability to see timeline backups as well. So every 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever is in your settings, you can actually go back and see a previous version of a timeline backup, which is really, really helpful. So I see restore timeline backups. I can see different times when things were changed. And if you just click that button, it basically loads the backup of the state of that project file at that time. So this one, you can see that I loaded was when the title still said hello. Well, thank you so much, Tyler. If people want to learn more about you, where can they find you?
Here on YouTube at Tyler Edwards.
Thank you so much for hanging out today. I'm Chadwick, a DaVinci Resolve master trainer and just kind of a Resolve superfan. I hope you have a wonderful day, and because there's so much more to learn, I'll see you in the next video.